Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of The Gully Squad. How you doing, everybody? Back in the mic today, and we're gonna have a conversation. Oh yes, some shit's popping off in the world. Lockdown. Oh, they're talking about locking shit down in America. Now, excuse my rackety ass goddamn chair. I love my chair. I'm one of those guys that if it feels good, it's like an old slipper. You don't want to get rid of it. You can afford a new one, you just don't want to get rid of it. And I like my chairs. It's comfortable, it leans back as far as I want it to go, and it's good leather, good soft baby leather. So I enjoy my chair. But I ain't gonna lie, this motherfucker makes noise. So, but for the sake of, doing my podcast, I gotta get rid of it. Now, unless I tweak my mic so that I could, take away this background noise, but I ain't going to do all that shit. Not doing it. Well, I may have to, but I don't want to. So, today, what are we going to talk about? Well, we are going to talk about what's happening in the world. And what's happening in the world I saw some video, and it's funny that these Karens, these chicks are mutating. They're literally mutating from one hysteria of their life to another. Now, of course, we all know that Karens love calling the police on black men, black children, black women, black dogs, black animals, black cats. God damn it, if it's black, they want to call the cops or the manager. We all know that now. The whole world knows this now. These chicks been hiding under a cloak of secrecy, prior to video and social media. They've been doing this shit for goddamn decades. But because of the age of social media, Karens are getting called the fuck out. We don't know that. And because of the way COVID situations has happened, I think they got a little hip to the knowledge that, they getting blasted. Eventually they're like, wait a minute, we getting called out a little too much. We don't want to stop. Of course, it's in their Karen DNA. They can't stop that shit. They love calling cops on niggas. I said it. They love calling cops on niggas. But anyways, they realized to themselves they had to slow it down just a little bit. I had to bring it down a couple of notches. But what I'm noticing now, though, and many of you are noticing it as well, is that they are constantly the ones that have problems wearing a goddamn mask. I know you noticed it. I know you've seen it. They have issues of wearing masks. Every time you see a Karen now, or a Karen video, so to say, they're in the shopping mall. They're in the Walmart, Target, the bank, everywhere, screaming their goddamn heads off of how much they don't want to wear a mask in the process of getting their item. Here's where I have an issue. Well, we all have issues with this one because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Here's why I have a goddamn issue. If you know that there's a mandatory mask wearing inside a public location, facility, wherever, then if you don't like wearing the mask in public in general, okay, fine. You get in your car, you don't wear your mask. But if you're going in a crowded location, and that crowded location is mandatory because it's policy on a private company, mind you, Walmart, Target, these banks, wherever, these are actually private organizations that sell to the public. So they have to have a public opinion on how to deal with something like this. Not a personal opinion. The person who owns Walmart and Target and these locations, they may not personally want to wear a mask. They may not. But because they have a public business, bitch, put on the goddamn mask. I said it. Put the shit on. Your security does not trump, I said Trump, does not trump everyone else's security. I personally don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care for the mask. I really don't. But my personal opinion does not trump society's opinion when it comes to their health and maintenance and security. So though I may not want to wear the mask, and sometimes I don't, this shit doesn't, kind of clog up your, and I got a beard. So I don't really feel like I don't like going through that shit. Not because I don't think I can't get COVID. Goddamn, anybody can get it. We live in a world that anything is possible. And I'm a strong black man. I'm a strong black man. I'm healthy. But that does not mean I don't understand my own immortality. I'm going to say that again. Maybe you didn't hear it. That does not mean I don't understand my own immortality. Or mortality. Did you catch that? You're going to get this work. You're going to get this heat. So, because I don't want to wear a mask personally does not trump the decisions that is on the public, for the public good. Doesn't do it. So, Karen and Kevin, if you're going to public, and you're going inside a location, put on your goddamn mask. And then when you leave, you take your mask off. That's it. I'm going to say something else in regards to Karen's and Kevin's not wearing masks. Because the shit is, I find it interesting because, like I said, you notice that it's a lot of them doing it. For a group of people, I must say Caucasians, for a group of Caucasian people, isn't it kind of ironic that the same people in this country who used to wear masks, and I'm not calling Kevin's and Karen's KKK, but isn't it ironic that the group of people, the ethnicity of the group of people who prided themselves one time in this country for decades wearing masks, are now the same group of people who are crying and screaming and huffing and hollering about not wearing a mask? I think that shit is ironic. I do. I think that shit is ironic as hell. Like I said, I'm not saying these Karens and these Kevins who are acting a fool and huffing and puffing and going inside Publix or, Walgreens or Walmart are KKK members. I did not say that. But it seems like this the same group, same ethnic group that once upon a time, well, not once upon a time, they still, some of these KKK members, still grandparents and grandmothers, they still got those masks and that white sheets in their closet. That shit ain't go nowhere. That shit, they didn't burn those bitches. They burned crosses, but they didn't burn their sheets. It's in the closet or it's locked up somewhere in the attic. Believe that shit. But that being said, isn't it ironic that it's the same group of people who now have a problem on putting a mask? I thought that shit was ironic. On to the next news. So, I saw this on I think it was, I'm not gonna say the mainstream news location I saw it in, but I saw it on multiple quote unquote mainstream news, and I guess it must be true. I guess. But I find this one a little amusing, goddammit, that the president, well, I would say ex-president, George W. Bush, President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, President Bill, I did not have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton, Mr. I can't keep my hands off young women. I think Bill Clinton got more poutine in the White House than I think any president that we know that's still living. That's still living. President Clinton, man. Anyways, that's a different story. But right now, they're in the news. All three ex-presidents are in the news for, I guess they're doing, all I can say is a publicity stunt. They are going to plan to take the new vaccine, the new corona vaccine, on live television to show that the American population that this is safe. You heard what I said. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. There's so much to wrap around your head regarding this right here. They are actually having not one, not two, but 3 presidents, ex-presidents of these United States going to take the vaccination for COVID vaccine, for the COVID vaccine on live television to drum up the confidence to the American population that this shit is safe. Now, the first thing I thought when I saw this was, you got to be kidding me? And the second thing is that the American people must really, really understand or feel there's something wrong here. Why would ex-presidents have to drum up the confidence of the American population to take a vaccine? Because it's low. Because the idea of vaccinating its citizens is at a very low rate, and they know this. Please leave me a moment. I need to hydrate. I'm about to get on this work. I need to drink my water. Excuse me about that. Distilled water, ladies and gentlemen. I don't drink any of that goddamn tap water. I haven't drank tap water in goddamn 5.5 years, something like that. It's been a minute. I've been off that tap water for a long time. Oh yes, straight distilled water. Got my own little distillery in my house, small little thing. Put my own water. And when I don't have enough to get from the store, I don't want nothing in my water. Nothing. None of that fluoride. But anyway, they have to drum up the confidence that so they have the ex-presidents to do this on live national television. That tells us that people do not have confidence in what they're telling them. They don't. For them to take these extremes, I ain't never heard nothing like this before. Number 2, it was quick. We just heard about this coronavirus last year, okay? Mainstream news, black media, social media, this is coronavirus, okay, at 2019, we're in 2020. You're going to tell us with a straight face that you have a quote-unquote vaccine and it fully works within this time frame? Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that we do have the technology. We do have the manpower. We do have the money. And we do have the technology to actually expedite vaccines. I believe that because technology, the shit we can do. Let's put it this way: the shit we can do, because I pay attention to world science publications and stuff like that. We have technology that's way beyond what us as an American population see. They don't tell us half the shit, and the stuff that they tell us, that's like 10 years ago. 10 years ago. The stuff that they talking to us now, that was 10 years ago technology. So we do have, like I said, the manpower, the speed, and the technology to expedite a working vaccine. I do believe that. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Do we goddamn trust it? I don't know. You're gonna have to make a decision on this. For your family, for your wife, your kids, your girlfriend, your baby mama, your jits, your little kids. You're gonna have to make a sound decision on where you stand on this. Now, I'm also going to have to say that the speed of that it was done, like I said, I'm questioning it not because the technology is not there to expedite it, but the speed of this particular thing, this particular case. How come we didn't have a vaccination for the common cold? How come we don't have a vaccination for cancer? How come we don't have... My point is this, ladies and gentlemen, we have so many other ailments in the Western world. In the Western world, what we quote unquote call the common cold. Shit wasn't common before. 200-300 years ago. The common cold wasn't common. You didn't find common cold in Africa? But we call it a common cold because we're just so used to it. Same thing with like flu season. Since when the goddamn flu got its own season? But we live in the Western world. And in the Western world, they make us think that some of these diseases, this has been around forever. Oh, everyone has, it's just not normal. It ain't. They just normalized it. But why don't we actually have working vaccinations for those things? That's been around. That seems like forever now in this Western society. You got them saying, well, we got, come get your flu shots. Every season, come get your flu. Why the hell do you have to get a flu shot every goddamn season? You got to ask yourself this. Oh, some people say, well, it just, it springs up, it pops up. It does? Every season? Well, shouldn't we have a vaccination that just stops that shit this goddamn season? Why not? We have the technology. We have the expertise. We have the manpower, and we damn sure got the money. Oh, let me guess. We don't have the will or the moral fortitude to get rid of what they consider common colds in the flu season. I don't think they want to get rid of it. I'm almost positive they don't want to get rid of it. It's too much money. Too much guap. Way too much money. Oh, I'm speaking that truth tonight. Too much goddamn money. So it makes me wonder about this. Even though this situation with the COVID is bigger. This is global. Global, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you what I believe is going to happen. Like I said, it's up to you as an individual if you want to take it. If you believe that your family, needs it, your children, your wife, that is up to you as an adult to do what you feel best for your family. But I'm going to say this. This is what I see coming. I'm a visionary. I see shit. You're going to have to take it. I'm going to say that again. You may have to take it. Not because you want to. Not because you want to give it to your child, your wife, to make sure you're safe. But they may make it in a situation now in the United States as well as globally that you're going to be forced to take it because you won't be able to fly. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this heat. You won't be able to go from the West Coast to the East Coast on a drop of a dime on a plane. Forget going to Europe or Africa. Well, fuck Europe. Africa. South America. Asia. South Asia. East Asia. You won't be able to just say, oh, I'm going to, I'm going to go to Kenya. They're like, oh, wait. America? No, America. Where's your vaccine paper? I know. That was my really bad Kenyan accent. But you understand what I'm saying. You won't be able to take those trips without showing documentation in the 2020s. I see it. Not only I see it, I saw another news clip regarding that same thing. that this one city is going to be passing out vaccination. You're going to have I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but they actually showed it. You're going to have a vaccination form showing proof that you were vaccinated. This is going to be a global situation. This is why I say you may have to take it, regardless if it's your belief system to be vaccinated or not. You won't be able to update your license without proving that you have been vaccinated. Yes, I see that coming. Your child, at this point right now, your child can't go back to school if they won't show their vaccination papers. Mandatory. Are you a critical person? Are you a person that works directly with patients? First-hand responder? Mandatory vaccination. Nurses, doctors, home health cares, anyone that works with the elderly, anyone, every hospital staff, from doctors downward, even the janitors. You work in the facility, you need to be vaccinated. It's mandatory. This is coming. And because it's happening globally, now if it was just America that they were trying to push it because we're still a democracy, so to speak, then we'd be able to, do a little fighting. Like, I ain't taking that shit. I don't want it. I keep my mask on. I don't want it. But because this seems to be a global reset, and Europe, Canada, Australia, Asia, this is a global mandate. Not just the United States. I don't even think the United States is pushing it. I'm going to be honest with you. On this particular thing, I don't think it's the United States actually pushing this. But that's a different topic. Different show. This is a global mandate that's happening, ladies and gentlemen. And because of that, the hammer's going to come down. So what I would suggest, you think deeply. Start exercising a little bit. Now, why do I say that? Because some people are going to, in the initial phase, are going to take, I don't think the first batch is going to be the main. That's just my belief. I don't think the first batch that's going to come around that people are going to get is going to be the actual good shit. If there is a good shit to be taken. I don't think so. So you may get some people that take that vaccination and Lord knows what happens. But we're going to see. Now, as a black man, I personally have my own reservations for a few things. I'm not that type of person in general that takes shots. I'm a little older, so I didn't take too many shots when I was younger from what my mother told me, because I asked her, and she said, no, you got one shot and this one, but you didn't get too many. I think you got the measles shot or something like that. I got something like that. Chickenpox shot or measles shot, some shit like that. That was it. Back in the days in Brooklyn. So I'm not part of the generation of these young kids. They taking 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20 shots. It's a different generation, different time. But I do remember that black people have not had the best history of taking shots or taking something that the United States said it was good for us. Tuskegee experiment. We remember that one? They giving brothers, they just giving them that syphilis. It was just, We don't have a good experience in this country for them saying, take it, it's in your best interest. We just don't have that. And it's not that you can't see that they're actually pushing it a lot and aggressively, the black and Latino community. They're pushing it. Don't forget, when this COVID shit started in America, black people weren't getting it. It wasn't the black people that was getting it left and right. It was white people. Now, of course, a lot of people, it started trickling down to the hood and inside of the black communities and affluent black communities. And, it started getting, all gamuts of black society, from the suburbs to the hood. Black people were getting it. But at the same time, that a lot of black people had other issues. Overweight, diabetes, asthma. They already had an other underlying problem. I remember, I was posting about this COVID hard. And Europe and Spain, England, Italy, where they don't have a major black population, wasn't getting hit. Excuse me. The black population wasn't getting hit. It was all those white people up there getting hit left and right. While Africa, I remember this shit. Africa was being untouched. When you looked at that map, that coronavirus map, I was looking at all these numbers and I'm like, God damn, Asia and Europe was getting attacked. It was crazy. And Africa was like 1, 2, and it was in North Africa too. It wasn't even in like South Africa. It was like Northern Africa, Morocco. In a couple of cases, I remember in the beginning was cases where it was white people actually going into Egypt and in Morocco. But they're pushing this now onto the black and Latin community in America. They're going to push it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are bearing witness to a different time in America where you're going to be forced to do something, whether you like it or you don't, or you will be denied access, and dealing with that as its ramifications of not taking something. Keep that in mind as we move forward in the 2020s. On that note, everyone, please check out my Cash App. Help fund the Gully Squad so keep this podcast going. I'm like I said, I'm telling you I was gonna be back, and I plan to keep going. I plan to keep going. I'm gonna try to give 1 to 3 podcasts a week and keep our people informed. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you peace. On that note, family, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Support the Gully Squad at patreon.com. And remember, we are one.